Shall we start, sir?
Yes, sir.
Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Uh, Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Club NPC. Club NPC is now expanded and has its across the all India, pan India level. That is in Punjab, Chandigarh, Gurgaon, Rohtak, Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, and Noida, Ghaziabad, Dhanbad, Jamshedpur, Calcutta, and Hyderabad. Next slide. NPC stands for National Forum for People Construction. As the name suggests, NPC is a create to build a network with the pillars of the construction industry. This network has been created during the tough conditions when everyone in under lockdown. Yes, it is a platform where we establish relationship, shares, ideas, and can help in many ways virtually. Next slide. In order to have insight in the changing times, it is a unique attempt to learn from one another about skill set and expertise. Therefore, all our members participate in teams for the topics expertise, contributing their skill set, taking for presenting a particular, which is followed by an open discussion, or how we like to call it is a e-charcha. Now we have the architects, designers, manufacturers, engineers, suppliers. As we mentioned about that, this is e-charcha. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to e-charcha today. The most uh, buzzing topic in the world is nowadays is automation. So why not we have the automation in automation? Here from South Zone, we are here to proudly presenting on the incredible world of home automation, which is given by Mr. Vishal. He is 13 years and multiple business in Kitty. I welcome Vishal to take over further.
Good evening, everyone. Goel. I'm into the industry of home automation. Today, before we start, let me tell you a disclaimer. This group NPC is promotional activities, but as I keep on talking to my clients about my brand and products, it may happen during the presentation's flow that by mistake, I made names. So I request everyone not to assume this as a brand promotion. Let's start by a very beautiful quote which says, buying a house is easy nowadays, but EMI options available with our banks and making it look beautiful thanks to interior people available at NPC Group.
But Vishal, off is not full screen, is not there.
Okay.
Some more.
Okay, so making it look beautiful is because of our interior people. Now let's see, make it a smart home. Array of products in home automation. When we speak about home automation, and we have plenty of products which is listed on the screen, but today I will discuss about few products which is generally used during home automation whenever someone buys a new home automation is done. These are the most used products in home automation. So starting with a smart entry for your main door. Your main door gets smart when we install two type of products. This video door phone and the one is smart door lock. By using these two products, you can make it as a smart door. So under video door phone, there are two options in market. Generally, we see a video door phone with a screen which is placed inside the home, and someone try to ring a bell outside. You get a call on the screen which is placed inside the home. That is a offline version of the video door phone. Now we also have an online version of the video door phone. Someone comes at your home and ring a bell outside. Apart from getting a call on a screen which is placed inside at a call on their mobile simultaneously, and also make it as a priority wise, one by one. First it should come to screen, then it should go to X person, then Y person, Z person, or it can also be a simultaneous call. But using a video door phone is of no use unless we make a use of smart door lock, because even though we are seeing who is standing outside and we are able to make communication, two-way communication with them, but to unlock the door remotely we also need to have a smart door lock. So under smart door lock, again we have like two options, which wired and a wireless solutions. Wired one is something which is wire is visible on the door, and if you are going for a new home, so probably we can something a grooving on the door and then wire will be hidden under that. And for a wireless solution is like anyone can go any point, even if they are staying at the home, they wanted something very perfect where wire should not be visible, then we can also go for a wireless lock. Generally there will be a double of the price difference than a wireless solutions, so few people prefer wireless and few people prefer wired solution. Though if someone is not going for a video door phone, they can also go for a smart door lock, can be unlocked from anywhere in the world. But again, as they will not know who is standing outside, so it's again very difficult for a person to unlock the door without. So the combination of video door phone and a smart door lock will become a smart entry for your main door. Coming to a next product, washroom management. Generally, people use motion sensors for washroom, and these motion sensors are in varieties available in market, like PIR sensors and then micro occupancy sensors. What is the difference between PIR and a micro occupancy? PIR are the sensors which are very basic, which can capture few movements, not all movements or micro movements, the micro occupancy. And PIR sensors will not have few settings like making a range setting, wherein you cannot adjust the range sensor, and even it will not have a setting buttons of few like lux settings, time. It is a preset from a PIR. And a micro occupancy sensor comes with a settings wherein you can adjust the length of the motion sensors and the lux capacity, and also, and in the micro occupancy sensors, if we make it a sensing capacity as the highest one, it can also read across walls. A sensor which is placed inside a room and some outside the door can also be read by a sensor. So these are the micro motion sensors. And in what generally people do with the micro motion sensors for the washroom is, as soon as someone walks to the washroom, it can switch on a light and an exhaust fan. Plus, it can also spray a perfume, and it can also play background music. The people have complaining about like smell of the washroom, so this can be overtaken by a automation system. As soon as someone walks, it can spray a perfume and it can play background music. And then coming to a third product is a smart switch. I would say this smart switch is a heart of automation. Using this smart switch, it's like we can do any automated. Generally, this comes in a module of like 1, 2, 3, and then depending on the manufacturer, it could go up to 6, 7, 8 modules as well. When I speak about modules, it's nothing but switch. So a single device can have a 1 switch option, 2 switch option, or a 3 switch options as well. By using these switches, we can automate our manual switches into an automated. So suppose we have in a room, we have a like 4 lights and a fan. We can automate those 4 lights on a single switch and then 1 switch on a fan. Or if someone wanted to divide it between 2 switches, we can use a 3 module switch and make it like 2 lights in a single switch and 2 lights in a single switch, and the third switch can be used for a fan. And how we can operate this smart switch? We can operate this smart switch using a mobile phone application or a voice control using a Google Home or Alexa kind of smart speakers. And scheduled timing can be done to this. When we say like mobile application, you can operate this mobile application from anywhere in the world. You can switch on and off your lights and fans from anywhere. You can give commands just by sitting there, and then you can give a command to switch on bedroom light, switch off bedroom AC. This all is possible. And then timing schedule. is like it will help us in switching on and off lights automatically. We can pre-schedule it every day evening 5 o'clock. It should switch on my bedroom light. It should switch on my balcony light. It should switch on my living area. This all should get switched off by the end of the day around 9 to 10 p.m. So this is all is possible, and using the same smart switch, we can also make a smart devices, appliances like your TV, fridge, washing machine, anything comes to your mind can be automated just by using this smart switch. And then we'll go to another product. It's IR. Generally, this IR Blaster helps us in converting our appliances, remote controlled appliances, the appliances which works on a remote control, like your TV, set-top box, music player, there, AC. This all devices gets converted to a mobile application, single application. So your IR Blaster, we can no need of like having 4 or 5 remotes and then having toggling between all those remotes to switch on and off your appliances. Just using mobile application, same application which is we are using for a smart switch to switch on light and fan. The same application can also be used to switch on and off your AC, TV, changing channel, up, down, swing mode, cooling mode, temperature. This all can be managed. We'll see more features about IR Blaster in few next slides. And then it comes to remote control. When we say about RF remote control, it's a very basic and an old age product, generally for old age people as well. So people who are not this automation with their mobile and voice control, so we can install this kind of basic RF remote control product, using which they can switch on and off their lights by the comfort of their on the bed. And then we have on the right hand side intrusion deductions. So using these intrusions, we have many options, what kind of intrusion we want, where we want, when we want, how we want. This all using different types of sensors, we can make an intrusion detection. Use this for on a door or a window. So someone tried, and this can also be armed and disarmed, means we can use whenever we want and we can make it disabled. So using your application, you lock your home virtually. Instead of locking a physical lock, you can also lock it virtually your home. So once we lock it virtually, and when we go during night, we can lock your doors and windows virtually. So after you go to bed and someone try to come through door or a window, it will make an intrusion detection and buzzer sound, as well as it can give a mobile notification. This both we can do. Output of this intrusion can be both of this. Then similarly, those same intrusion sensors can also be applied or a cash or jewelry drawers or something. Similarly, it can also give a mobile notification and a buzzer sound there and there. And even if when we are not, it can alert us on a mobile notification. Then coming to the third is open living areas or the backyards where there is no doors and windows. So here we can motion sensor, and the output of the motion sensor could be an intrusion, which is connected to an intrusion panel. So again, same output, a siren, buzzer, or a mobile notification. Similarly, way for the intrusion of our kitchen use, like smoke and gas detectors, this can also be applied to restaurants and the factories area where problem where of having gas leakage or something. So smoke detectors and gas detectors can also be applied there, having the same kind of put. And the next product is geyser time management. So generally we find like many times when we go to washroom for a bath, we forgot to switch on geyser before we go. And by time lies again, we have to go out and then switch on geyser. And then even it happens many times, like after coming out, taking bath, we will forgot to switch off geyser. So using geyser time management can be in many ways. So like we'll talk about more things how we can manage on the next slides. Here I'll just give you a brief about geyser time management. So we can just schedule this geyser from like from morning 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. whatever we want. Generally, if a user of that geyser on that particular room uses between 7 to 10, we can just pre-schedule it, and then every day it will switch on geyser and switch off by itself. And then coming to mobile overcharging protection, like yes, this is what needed nowadays. We keep our mobile phones on charging during night, and then we just remove when we wake up in the morning. So it happens like many times while gets heat up, and then the recycling of your mobile battery will get down. So using this, it can switch off your mobile charging after 2 hours when according to our time scheduling. And then garden water dripping solutions, again we can use a smart switch for this, pump the water to all our garden with a dripping. And in this garden water dripping, suppose we schedule it every day morning 6 a.m., it should give some water to our garden area. So here what we can do smart way is, instead of like we can use few multiple sensors and gadgets to make it still more smarter than compared to only time management what we find in market. So like instead of spraying water and then watering the garden at 6 a.m., it can check with the weather department your area whether it's going to rain today. If it is going to rain, it will not water, so that your plants and garden should not get excess water, the outdoor plants. And then if by chance rain gets cancelled and mid of the day, it will again water the plant. Plus we can also add a soil moisture sensors, wherein it can detect, and whenever it needs a water, it will automatically pumps the water, because if there is no moisture in the soil, it can automatically pump the water. So this is smart management solutions. And then we have a smart curtain management. In this also we have got a very beautiful products. Smart curtains, generally we see like curtains with a remote control. They can rolled up and roll down, or flip curtain, sideways curtain. We see verticals and horizontals, which can be managed through a remote. Now we can also manage it through a mobile app, also managed through a smart voice, smart speakers through a voice control. Then we can also add a sensor which says if it detects there is sunlight from outside, then it will roll down the curtains, and once there is no sunlight, it can roll up. Plus we can also make a time management, like every day evening curtain should come down, curtain should go up. So this all is also possible. And then main gate auto slide, like for the building entrance where you have a main gate, a big, which need to be slide by some security guard, or maybe if you are not having a security, then it has to be flipped open or slided by you. So instead of that, we can automate that with a motorized gate lock. In this motorized, again you need not this can be operated through a remote keychain, as well as we can also use a UHF reader. Means it is a high frequency reader which will be placed door, and there will be a RFID smart tags which will be pasted on your car windshield. So as like your car comes near the building gate, HF readers generally read this RFID stickers from a range of 5 meters to 15 meters. Means in an approx 10 feet to approx 40, 45. So as soon as your car comes near the gate, it will automatically slide and open the gate so that you can get inside the building, and it will slide back automatically once it is once you are in. This UHF readers we can also automate through a connect to a lift as well. So as well as your car comes to a building inside, this UHF reader alerts someone has already dropped in for the into the building, and by the time they are parking the car, it will also bring down the lift from any floor to zero floor. So this will help us in saving time. Like suppose for a high-raised apartments buildings, generally it takes like 4 to 5 minutes to bring the lift. So this will help in. So we'll speak about lift automation as well. Lift automation, like we have got many options. Like during COVID, now people were very smart to even lift automation. So like touchless lift automation. So as soon as someone comes and stand near any floor and lift, as soon as they come near the lift can bring down the lift to that particular floor, and it opens the auto slide gate automatically. You get into the lift elevator, and you can speak to your saying, take me to 5th floor or take me to any floor. And then similar way you can also select floors on your application, like which go. And then if you are on the upper floor and you want to go out, you're getting late, you can just speak to a smart speaker placed in your bedroom to take you bring the lift to the floor. So this is a complete touchless system for the lift, and we can also automate it using a access control. So we can suppose in an apartment there is which is not available during night. So every day night 9 p.m. to morning 7 a.m. lift will go from a normal mode to a access mode, wherein stair will not be accessible because the staircase is locked, and people coming to building after 9, they have to give their access password or RFID biometric face deduction need to use to get on the other floors, else lift will not work. This can also be controlled through a mobile phone as well. And then we have a last product is Google Home or Amazon Alexa. We'll talk about these products in few more slides now. So here I would like to ask you yourself, do you use the internet? Do you use the internet? If your answer is, what if I say the internet uses you instead of you using a internet? So what happens here is we connect you to internet and the internet will use you. So this answers a few questions. People will generally have a question like, will I be able to use this automation? I'm savvy. I'm not that easy or easy with my mobile application so that I can use this automation. Will I be able to use it? So here, no need of using this appliances or home automation. Home automation will use you. It can understand your needs, requirements, and accordingly it can act. So let's see how the user interface will be. This I have taken the same products what I have just spoken about, so that you get an idea about the interface will be with the customer point of view or the user interface. So again, like if we are installing a smart door entry for the video door phone, it's like online screen. So yes, a user need to use this because it's a authentication they need to make to open the door. So there should be a user interface here. So a screen and a mobile will be there. So as soon as you get a mobile notification call or a call on the screen, it's very simple, very easy. The way we generally take a video call on our mobile, you just need to scroll up and then take a video call. And then one way it's you can see them, but they can't see you who is standing outside. The person will not be able to see you. They can listen, talk to you. So seeing it, then you can talk to them. And then if it is like person, your family, friends, relatives, you want to allow them inside, and it's like you have a duplex house, you can just, no need of like coming out all together from a upper floor to a lower floor to open the door. Or even if there is a maid, and then you do not need to come and open the door. You can just by sitting comfortably at your bed, you can just unlock the door. They can get in, and then door will get locked automatically itself. This even you're like, suppose you some relative friends come, and then you say, okay, we are on the way, we'll be reaching home in just 10 minutes, please have a seat, I'm opening the door. So this is like how it's possible and useful for us. And carrying bulgy keys and then exchanging keys between family members, like I'm going out, you have to maintain the key, and then or we need to pass on the key or keep with someone. So this is all using a smart lock. You can just unlock the door from a mobile application, though it may be like 2 members or 10 members in your family, everyone get a mobile application. So they can using a mobile application, unlock the door. Though it will have emergency keys as well. So even in very emergency rare case, you can also use a key, physical key to unlock the door. And then as I told you, yes, it could also be a mobile application control. We can control them through a mobile application or a voice command. And we are using a pre-time scheduling, then there is no command is like there is no interface is required. So I'll just show you a physical demo here. I have got a speaker. We'll see how to switch on and off the lights and fans. And then everyone is here with me? Okay, everyone can show thumbs up. So I have a smart speaker. Let's see. Hey Google, switch off light. Okay, switch on light.
I understood. Switch on light.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. So this is how a smart speaker to switch off and on your lights and fans and AC. We can also give a command for an AC. Hey Google, switch on AC.
Turning on the AC.
Okay, got it. So using the smart speakers, we can control our devices, appliances, TV, AC, set box, and all. When we come to IR Blaster, like again using the same speakers or a mobile control, we can use to switch on and off all these things. And then we can also ask to change channels, switch the channel volume up. This all is possible. And the RF control remotes is generally a very basic remote available in market at a very cheap price. Generally, people who want to use for 1,000 rupees bug, you get similar remotes to operate 4 devices at a time, like 2 or 3 lights and 1 fan. This all is possible. And then shift automation, yes, this could be it has to be a user interface, because it's always authenticating where it has to go, which floor it has to go, whether them or not. So this can be a mobile control or a voice control, RFID, biometric, face detection, password. There are many more options available in this. Okay, quickly going to smart curtain management. If you can see on the right hand side, most of the products works without a customer interface. Customer or need not need to be a tech savvy, or need not need to have a knowledge about the product to use it, because these products use themselves. On the left hand side, even if you see, it's very easy. The shown you, if you I will also show you a mobile application how you can use this device, if everyone can see at the screen. Okay, so using a mobile application, I can switch on and off these lights and fans. Suppose I'm switching on the fan now. Okay, so using this application, we can control our lights and fans. Okay, so let's quickly go to another product. Is the main gate I have. As by seeing your car, it can slide, so no interface is required. Intrusion is totally like whenever it finds an intrusion, then only it gives a output by itself, so no interface is required. As I've told you, like no need of interface with that as well, because once we set the time, it works on its own. Garden water management, it works on own. Mobile overcharge on own. Washroom management using micro sensors and all, it works on own. No need of switching on and off light manually. So this all products works on themselves, so no need of tech savvy or just trying to wonder how technology will work and then whether it will be feasible for me or not. So that's with the confidence you can also tell to your like interior people out there and architects, you can for sure you can tell any people who are not even tech savvy to use home automation. By using home automation, also increase the value of the property at least by 10%. But just by investing 1 or 2% of the total property value, they enhance the property value by adding few more products to this. Coming to next, user interface with home automation. Have you ever wondered your bedroom AC getting switched on automatically just 5 minutes before you reach your home? Like, it looks like magic, right? But you have with a diagram I have explained here, you have a normal AC, the present AC, what it's running in your bedroom and office or rooming area. Just by adding a small smart device module to it, it becomes a smart AC. So how it works? As I told you, like this can work according to time, location, voice control, and then it can also work with a GPS map location. Suppose there's we tag you on a GPS map location, and we tag you half kilometer before your home, around your home, and you start with your office, and then as soon as you reach your home, you are about to reach your home, you step into half kilometer radius, it alert over a device, like it can see so that you are coming to home, and by the time you reach your home, your bedroom is already chilled. So this is how we can also use of a same device. Okay, so as we know, like as today is all based on IoT products, Internet of Things, it looks like a magical for us, for everyone, but magical world without you and your efforts involved in. As I told, there is no interface required, so no need of worries, no need making extra efforts to use these products. By having automation, it will make a magical smart speaker, what we can do and how it will work. Suppose smart speaker, and then as we can see here, 9 p.m. We'll start with a schedule with the 9 p.m. As you go to your bed, generally nowadays we have like a solo mates, and where we can like switch on the LPG gas we have to during the night. So using this home appliances, pre-schedule this, like every day night 9 or 10 it should switch off LPG gas, so there should not be any further damage if in case of fires. And then it can switch off your lights, and then machine by itself at pre-scheduled times, and then switch on AC at particular times. This all is, you can see, like switching on changing the temperature, switching off your charging so that it should not get excess of overcharge, then increasing the temperature of AC at particular times, and then switching from AC to fan. Very good option. Like if you use a IR blaster with a smart switch which is already automated in your bedrooms for your fan, we can actually toggle this fan and AC, in between fan and AC. Have you ever thought like during change of season we feel like we need to switch on to AC, and then we all of a sudden feel like no, we need a fan. So like at 10 we go to bed, and then at 10 o'clock it switch on the AC, and then 10:30 it will switch off the AC and switch on the fan, and then again 11 it will switch on the AC and switch off the fan, continuously toggling half an hour AC, half an hour fan till morning. So here there are two things, like you can also save on your power bills. Instead of running AC for 8 hours, you run only for 4 hours, and it gives a comfortable sleep. Comfortable sleep is like you not need to every time get up and then switch off your AC and switch on fan and then keep on toggling with that. So this is very easy. It can. This is very helpful product. For the scheduling part, if I tell you, like during night when you go to sleep, you can say, hey Google, like switch off. You say good night, and it will all the pre-scheduled things by itself. You say good night, and then it will say it will switch off your lights, switch on your AC, switch off your switch on lamp, put your phone on charging, put your phone on a half ringer or vibration mode, whatever you prefer, roll down the curtains, put your complete home into a intrusion detection, and then it will ask when you want to wake up, so that it can set an alarm for you. And you say, okay, I want to wake up at 7, and then in the morning when your alarm rings at 7, you just say a word, good morning. As soon as you say a word, good morning, it will again switch on your geyser, so that Google, you wake up, you want to go for a bath, and then after switching on a geyser, it can switch on your toasters, coffee, and then it will roll up your curtains so that out of your windows, and then it will switch off your bed lamp, put your phone on again ringer mode, and then whatever you pre-schedule, like you also need to have a, you also need go through your favorite news channels. It can read for news for you, and it can also tell about your day schedule. So using a smart speaker, it's very easy for us to understand things. Okay, so let's quickly go to another slide. Okay, so we'll see what are the products around the world which make us curious about the technology. So curious technologies around the world, you can see. Okay, so coming to a centralized vacuum cleaner, generally I have segregated this into 3 things. Generally what we see in the market, what actively do these products in market, and the second part is what is happening in India already, and the third part is which is about to come in India. It's already been used by some other countries. Okay, so let's take quickly line by line. Centralized vacuum cleaners. Using a centralized vacuum cleaner, this need to be planned at an early stage of your construction. So at the time of construction your house, if you plan for a centralized vacuum cleaner, there will be a vacuum which will be placed in or a zero level, and then all the pipes like your electrical and water pipe, how we concealed in walls, similarly we will conceal vacuum pipes inside your in every room. and with a concealed pipes, this all are spring based pipes. This goes inside your walls panels, and then whenever you want a vacuum cleaner in your bedroom, the board just flip the open, and then a spring pipe comes out of the wall panel, and you can vacuum your home separate panel, and then your area will have a separate panel. So wherever you want to use a vacuum, just flip open the small panel board and then use a vacuum cleaner. By press of a button, this pipe complete rolls down to inside the wall. So it will not be visible anywhere. It's a very good product. In fact, this can also be used near your main door entries. Like as soon as someone coming to a door, inside the door, they step on a door. As soon as they step on the door, it will start a vacuum. So whatever mud, dust is carrying on your footwear, it will be vacuumed, and then once they enter inside, there is no dust. So this is a very good product. Then there is a GPS tracker. GPS tracker could be for GPS could be for a product or a human, or even for your car bikes. So using this GPS tracker, we can identify a car speed, by what speed it's running, and then the driver who is driving the car, we can see physically over a screen or a mobile, and the amount of fuel is available into the vehicle. And then we can also make it as a geofencing. Suppose we bring some bring kids from school, and we never know like where he's driving, and then how long he's driving, or whether he's going on a correct direction or not. So if we make a geofencing, like a 10-kilometer radius or a 5-kilometer radius from our house, so that a driver going to school and picking the kids and coming back, by chance the driver goes to a wrong direction, so this out of the geofencing what we have given to him, so out of that direction means it will immediately cut off the engine, it will switch off the car, so a driver will not be able to take car further. He need to call us and explain why he has done that, or why he went outside the fencing. So once we are switch on the car from our mobile phone. Plus sometime if driver is drunk and drive, yes, a car engine will not start, even like if car engine will not start, so that there should not be a drunk and drive. And then drowsiness, if some time driver is feeling drowsiness, whoever is driving, they are feeling drowsiness, so car go beyond 30 to 40 kilometers per hour speed, so that they should not speed up the car or met with accidents. Very good. And then warm up my washroom, this is also a very good product. Suppose we have kids at home, or elderly people who generally wake up at early morning, like 5 a.m. winter season, it's very chill outside, or even in washrooms, because of tiles and granite marble, this generally washroom gets cooled. So using a washroom option, suppose we pre-schedule like every day 5 o'clock it should warm my washroom, or maybe we can also tell it whenever I wake up and say, hey Google, good morning, it will as soon by the time you go to washroom, it's already like warm. So your washroom tiles, flooring, couch seats, toilet seats, this all it helps us in easy use. Okay, so coming to fourth product is a parcel drop box. So nowadays it's like time where we keep on making online buys, we keep on make online purchases from Amazon, Flipkart, or whatever websites we have. So if some delivery boy comes to our home, there are two things, like either we are not available, or we are not willing to take a parcel with them because of like nowadays COVID season. So we have a parcel drops wherein it will have a QR scanner on the box, and parcel what you order through any of these websites, it will come with a QR code. Generally you might have a delivery boy carrying a handheld scanner, which he reads over a QR code, and then it says it delivered automatically, and then you get a message pushed to your mobile saying it has been delivered. They have a scanner. Similarly, that scanner will be placed on a parcel drop box, which is placed outside your home. So as soon as he brings the parcel, read that QR code Dropbox scanner, and your Dropbox will open. It will unlock itself. So he need to put the parcel inside, and as soon as he unlocks, we get so and so parcel, what you have ordered, this particular parcel, even it can mention that you ordered from so and so website, so and so product has reached your home and the has unlocked the box. As soon as the deliverer opens the box, it start taking snaps of a delivery boy, whether he is really keeping the box or not. And once he put the parcel inside, it will there will be a weighing machine kept inside, which will know that something, the delivery boy has kept something. Only after recognizing that there is a weight inside, it will allow the delivery boy to lock it back. Even if he is showing a parcel and then showing in the camera like he's keeping and then again taking it back, it will that the door it will not acknowledge that we have received the parcel. Once it will wait that we have received some weight inside, and then it will allow this delivery boy to lock the parcel box. So this is like soon we can see in kind of products. And then we have a door access control. This is also got our Indian introducers or manufacturers teams are so smart. By the time COVID was there in the market, within a month of time, they have introduced we see most of the shops, super areas, offices where it says no masks, no entry. So by using this gadget, suppose there is a door access control we see similarly in market like biometric or RFID face detection. So here this device can also know that if there is no mask, it will not allow a employee to get inside the company. It will not open the door itself. Once they place the mask, then it will check a temperature. If the employee is having low temperature, which is allowed, then only it will open the door, or it open the door. Then it can also make a alcohol. It will not open the door. They will not allow the employee to drink. Okay, so this is all up in market now. Then there is a seat sensors. This is also very smart product and mostly used for the by the IT companies. And then we say like seat sensors can sync with the data which is available to the market. We says like a biometric machine which is placed outside the, your company, like employee comes and then put the thumb, it marks the attendance as well as opens the door. The employee will have an employee ID. So the seat sensors we will place in every seat of this session. So every seat has a seat, the chair is allocated to a particular employee, and every chair will be marked with a employee ID. So every employee need to use own chairs. They cannot exchange the chairs. So now when we see the data which will get synced with their laptops, like in a laptop generally they will have an application where we says like how many times like how much time they were logged into the application to work on the particular sheet or the work given. It can read the system how much time a employee was working on a application. Then secondly, we know it through a biometric when he came and when he left the organization. And the third way is seat sensor. So this all three together, a consolidated data sheet is passed to a HR. This says, suppose for an example, I say a particular employee, ex-employee, 100 hours in an organization, and out of which 150 hours system was logged in and 120 hours he was on the seat. This is HR can question him like logged in for 150 hours and you were sitting on your chair only for 120 hours. So this is micromanagement with there. This will help us in understanding what he was doing, where he was, and try to tighten up the things. So this will help. Plus, the seat sensors can also be another way. It's also a very beautiful way of getting automated things. Suppose in a room of 10 or 20 people, we have a seat sensor, and then if you see like 20 out of 20 people, only like 5 are present in the room. So it will not, we can give the command, or we can make a scene there, or we can make tables where we says like if there is a minimum attendance of 25% in a room, people out of 20, if there is at least 5 people present, can switch on the AC. If it is below 5, then they are allowed only to switch on fan. And then we can also make it lights, like if there are 20 seats, using those particular chairs, light will be switched on only above those chairs, so that it can save power as well. This can be synced with lights, fans, AC, and then as I told system. So seat sensors will act in a micro management in a very good way. Let's come to a product, smart cameras. When we say about smart, really a smart camera, it's not just like your normal CCTV camera what you see in market and the homes what we use or offices what we use. A smart camera is already installed on many of the Indian roads. Many of us are not even aware of those type of cameras. Smart cameras which are placed on the roads can read your vehicle details, background. It can, by reading a number plate, it can retrieve the data of your car. Suppose you make a rash driving from one signal to another. As soon as you cross a signal, there are cameras placed, smart cameras, which can, if you make a rash driving, it will read your number plate and alert to a next signal policeman that with so and so make car with white color or whatever, with so and so color of a car is rash driving, and that need to be catch hold. Policeman will catch the rash driving driver on a next signal. Similarly, each and every car or a bike moving on a road will be scanned by a smart camera, and by the time a driver reaches from one signal to other signal, it will also retrieve the data from there, whether this vehicle is a theft vehicle or there is some pending case like hit and run. So it will alert a policeman to catch hold that particular vehicle. This is all over Indian roads as well. And then these smart cameras can also be used commercially. How this will help in commercial sector is, suppose we have there is a supermarket or a office with a ample of number of good employees, where we need to have a fire exit plans compulsory for buildings, and we will have a fire staircase and all. So these cameras can also identify if there is a fire in particular area of the building, it can alert. And then there's a someone keeps some goods or cartons or something restricted to the nearest fire exit staircase. Someone keeps some goods. Camera will alert to a security person saying that fire emergency exit staircase has been blocked by some stuff which need to be removed, because in case of fire this way need to be always free to walk. Okay, so this can alert in that way, and there are many more ways we can use this smart cameras. And coming to the usage in gated communities or big areas, gardens, how we can make use of it is, suppose there is a gated community with, suppose we say 2000 people staying, and all of those 2000 people staying in a gated communities, a pic of them is stored in a camera, a smart camera, and they get together in a lounge area or a clubhouse or a garden, and then this camera keeps on seeing and scanning each and every face and trying to match a base. If this camera identify that there is a new face in the particular gathering of a gated community, out of those 2000 there is a new face into our database, it will immediately take a pic of that person and alert to a security guy that in a clubhouse we are finding a new face which into our community. A person is a male, age around 40, wearing red shirt, specs, and a height around 5.6 is her description. So that even when the security guy is on the way to the clubhouse and the person who is new there is trying to get out of that, he can identify on the way whether that kind walking out of that clubhouse. So this is how the smart cameras are. Similar way, in a gated community, these cameras are also placed in gardens. Suppose we have someone at home who is like elderly, and or maybe kids who generally go to garden and play, or maybe elders going for a walk, and then all of a sudden they fell down immediately and they are not able to get up. Camera will see whether they are able to get up or not within few seconds. If they are not able to get up, immediately it will alert to a family member that member of yours has fallen down into the garden and they need your help. Plus, it will also trigger a message to a security person, so that we can reach out to them for a help. Similarly, we have many more things which a smart camera can do. And okay, let's go to an next product, electrical meter readings. Have like electrical meter in our home and office. So nowadays we will not see people coming to our home and then taking your electrical meter, so how much usage consumption you have done over a period of time. So this all happens over a network now. So there are SIM based electrical meters as well as Bluetooth based. So people using SIM card based is like every end of every month, like 31st or 30th midnight, it will send the database to a network server electrical department that this particular house meter number has consumed so much this fee, and it will immediately raise the bill automatically and push the data or an SMS or an email to you that your electricity bill is so and so. And then again, if we make it pay, then again there is no need of like getting a bill and then automatically you get a bill on the email and then your automatically your bank account pays the bill. So it's that easy nowadays. And office robots, when we speak about office robots, like there are robots available for the office who can to whom we can make sit instead of a reception. And then as soon as someone walks to your office, if he is an employee, it will unlock the door, and plus it will also mark the attendance of that particular employee that he came to office. And after that, a outsider or a visitor or a guest or some client comes to your office, it will greet them, good morning, evening, whatever it is, afternoon, ask to whom they want to meet. And it can also tell like whether the boss or the particular person, marketing or HR, to whom he is trying to meet, whether he's available or not. Already a robot has already marked the attendance while they are going inside. So robot will know like whether he is inside or not. So he will tell, okay, yes, this particular person inside, let me call him and ask. So robot himself will call that particular person that so and so person came to meet you and would you like to meet, or make him sit. So according to their answer, the robot will either make them sit or it will open the door, unlock the door and guide him where he need to go to particular cabin. Ask about the information about the company, then it can also retrieve the data from company website and tell about the company details, and then accordingly it can act. And the third thing, bank robots. It is also implemented in India in many of the banks, where we can see a robot as soon as a customer walks to the inside the bank. Time we reach near robot, by an eye scanner face deduction, it can recognize us, it can retrieve our account number, and then and we just ask like, what's my account balance. As soon as we ask account balance without asking our account number, it can just tell you that this is so and so is your account balance in last 5 10 tell, and then we can tell a robot to make a request for a new checkbook, statement, whatever we want. So this whole bank robot can do. Many banks has now been like they are cutting down their employees because of automation. Like even we have got apart from ATMs, like dispense we can also deposit cash. So many of things are getting automated at the bank level. And then let's see the car service details. Like many of the premiums available in market, like premium brand cars, no need of like identifying which particular part is getting wear and tear, which particular which
निजामपेट में नहीं उधर निजामपेट में तो है नहीं साला
so which particular part is getting wear and tear. So accordingly this can push the data to a nearby service center saying that a particular car owner of so and so model and so part is getting wear and tear which need to be replaced. That particular service center will call the owner that, sir, we have got a notification, your car is getting wear and tear that particular part, and we an appointment, we will send a technician and get the part replaced. So this all things are getting smarter now, and this all works on AI based artificial intelligence. Coming to smart dustbins, like these are very basic now. You try to throw something into dustbin, and this dustbin flips open automatically itself once we throw it back. And then cleaning robots, yes, this is also a good gadget, like available in India now. Like it will keep on cleaning your home whenever it can add particles, dust in your home. It can completely clean the dust, and then once it's full with the dust, it can go automatically itself and drain out that dust to it. And then it can also charge it whenever it has a low battery. So this is also a cleaning robots. And then one more interesting smart washrooms. This is a very interesting product. Now Modi government has also given a thumbs up for this kind of smart washrooms for Indian cities, like maybe around 1,40,000 washrooms has been approved. And this is under make now. So what is a smart washroom? So you will have a mobile application just like your other applications. You just fire the application, you just open the application in your mobile, and then that wherever you are on the, someone is on the field, they can just open the application and it will show you a nearby washroom available near to you. You walk to the washroom and there will be a QR code on the washroom door, and using your mobile phone scanner, you just scan the washroom QR code which is placed on the door, lock the washroom door, and a user will go inside, use it, and come back. As soon as it come back, it will deduct some amount from your wallets, money wallet kind of brand wallet you use. It will deduct a few rupees, like maybe 5-10 rupees from your mobile wallet, and this will get locked up automatically. And as soon as it comes out, it will also auto clean the washroom for an and keep it ready for a next use. So this is a very interesting product. People can also look for having indulge into this, maybe into your cities. You can talk to your people and try to get some business out of it. And then parking gadget. So reserve parking gadget is something like if you're parking your vehicle outside your home or building apartments, or maybe even inside your apartments, and sometime you feel like whenever you you remove your car from parking and go out, and by the time you come back, someone has already parked there on your on your parking area. So this gadget, as soon as you remove your car from parking, there will be a small iron stand which is placed on the ground level, which will stand like around 3 feet itself, so that it will not allow other people to park, and that cannot be folded back with your hand or pressure. That will have a very good pressure inside it. So again, when your car comes back and try to park, as soon as seeing your car and there's a reader inside your car, as soon as it sees the tag on your car, that iron rod will go down so that you have to park your car. So this is reserving car parking there. Okay. And last few products which is about to come in India, Amazon Go store. So Amazon Go store is something which has been launched like 3 years back from now, which will have a no interface with the employee. The store, more you need to just scan your mobile on a scanner while entering inside, and whatever inside, whatever you pick from the shelf, add it to your kitty, add it to your cart, and by the time you just leave the store, it's already deducted from your credit card or wallets or what will to pay. So using this option is like Amazon Go is a very good option store. There are records like people can make purchase 20 seconds as well. Suppose someone needs a water bottle, they just walk into store, they pick a bottle, they come out. That's it. You have made the purchase, your billing is done. No need of paying any cash or credit card. No need of showing up your card. It will just deduct from your mobile. It will know who you are and your balance and everything is already linked to them. So it's and this comes to a very important product, washroom urine test. So someone walks to the washroom, with their mobile phone, and they use the toilet seat. And as soon as they come out, it will send and push notification to their mobile whether there is an infection in their urine today or not. If there is an infection in urine, trigger two messages, one to you and one to your family doctor, that so and so person is having a infection in their urine, and then this family doctor prescribes a medicine, which again gets pushed to two people, one is you and one to the nearby pharmacy, and nearby pharmacy will deliver the medicine to you. A smart washroom is being prepared now, and then smart fridge. Smart fridge are also up in market now, and it's ready to use and import. As smart fridges are something like as soon as a user buys a smart fridge, it will not work for first 6 months. Means it will work only as a normal fridge 6 months, and it will try to understand a user how he is using the fridge, what type of consumption they are having, how frequently they are having, what frequently they are having, using those data. And we need to actually use it in a way, it describes like we need to keep particular things on shelf, like milk need to be only stored in that particular shelf, eggs, bread, vegetables, fruits need to be stored on a particular shelves which is already predefined, or maybe even we can redefine them, saying that I use so and so stuff, and fridge can read how frequently you refill it and how frequently you consume it. And when you order before consuming, a day before or 2 days before. So after understanding your usage pattern, after 6 months, it will give that a notification saying that now your smart fridge is ready to use. How it goes. Suppose you consume milk every day, eggs and every alternate day, fruits every weekend. So now as soon as you pick up milk, it will reorder the milk from a nearby store to be delivered before end of the day. If you pick up a egg or bread, alternate days you consume, so it will wait for a next order to be bundled. Like if you after eggs again, if you take milk, reorder bread, eggs and milk together, so it will wait for a day. In case if it's you're not consuming product which is consumed every day, then it will just order bread and eggs. How this fridge will understand, this will order a product with a nearby store, and that particular store how they will deliver, or deliver, and plus it will also deduct the balance from your mobile wallet without you knowing it. Suppose has already ordered bread and eggs and milk, and as I told you, like there are parcel drop boxes which are placed outside the home. So as soon as they receive a order, they will deliver it, and it will is delivered, put inside a drop box, and they have already got the payment. So once you are home, you will remove from drop box and keep it inside your fridge. Or a fourth product you can see last, drone delivery. So even there are stores who can make a drone delivery to you. So they'll just tie up the product to the drone, and that gets delivered any or a near corridor. They will leave the product with a drone, and drone will go back, and your amount will be deducted from your wallet. So this is how the smart way people are using, and sooner or later we can see all this happening in our India as well. So now I think it's already, we have taken much of time. We'll quickly go for an question and answer round.
Yeah. Vishal, you can close the sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll. Mr. Gaurav Gupta, you can unmute and ask your question. Mr. Gaurav. Mr. Gaurav. Are you there in the room, Mr. Gaurav? Okay. Ms. Sanchi, you have some question, I believe. Please unmute and ask the question. Sanchita ji.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to know that how the rays of a phone surround us and they do impact our health. what are the long-term or the short-term health impacts that we are likely to have if we stay in a completely automated space, whether it's an office or a home?
Okay. Fine. So the rays which is coming out of your mobile phone is nowhere related to automation. Automation is not working on any kind of those harmful races. It's only working on internet, Wi-Fi module. So already, I think many of us are using Wi-Fi at home, though they are not using automation. So it's the same. It will not make any difference whether we are putting a automation or not. It's just the Wi-Fi else what we send over a network. You are surrounded by lakhs of phone around your home, many mobile towers, which is also releasing a rays which might be harmful for you. But adding a automation to it will never add anything to radius.
Is there a proper study on it, or is it just based on?
It's a very basic thing. See, automation is working on a Wi-Fi based modules. Whenever you give a command to a mobile phone from anywhere in the world, your mobile, you are using a data package, data or a Wi-Fi wherever you are.
Right.
It
So
sends
the rays of a normal network also do impact the environment around us and our health as well. That's one of the reasons nowadays hospitals also have a particular test, that is the phone rays test that you have.
yes.
So based on that, doctors do advise that you keep away phones or your devices or internet away from you. So in the same context, because automation also works using networks and internet, so is study done on this for health impact?
No, there is no such study in my knowledge has been done, but I can surely tell you about it. Suppose this race is affecting you, the race with which comes out of your mobile is affecting you. So have we stopped using the mobile phones? No,
Well,
we're using the mobile.
Okay, it's a very individual thing. Please go.
Yeah, individual thing. But the thing is, this will harm you only when it is when you are the product is near to you. While sleeping during night, if you keep this mobile phone near your head, then this might affect you because it's near to you around say 30 to 40 centimeters. It's clear there is a, if you can just Google it, you can understand things, appliances which are kept beyond 30 40 inches, beyond 30 40 centimeters will not have much effect radius or range what you are talking about. So this will not harm in any way. And the devices, unless they are not unless you are sending the command, during that they take the command, that's it. They are not using your internet always. It's just connected to your local IP.
Okay. Chetan ji, I think you raised a hand. Mr. Chetan?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, generally, in this particular aspect, what point when we use the entire automation, see, all the time this is involved in Wi-Fi.
Okay.
The Wi-Fi characteristics of the automation as well as mobile phone should be always we have to use a different device or use the same regular Wi-Fi with the what exactly by using it we work in that.
Sorry.
So this entire unit is worked with Wi-Fi.
Okay.
As I said. So for this particular reason, if I have the my phone or what Wi-Fi we regularly using it, we'll have the same Wi-Fi utilizations will be okay. Or for this particular thing, we should have a different boosters or different concept of a booster type of radar kind of using this.
Okay. I mean, he's asking bandwidth.
Okay. So that completely depends on your router, which is already present in your home. A very basic router could do help us making it automated to your devices. There is no special router required for this. In fact, a router having a 2.4 gigahertz means generally we're getting a 5 giga router which says it gives a high capacity of 5 giga, but even those routers are having dual giga, 2.4 as well as 5. So every IoT device available around the world, whatever devices available presently in the world, works only on 2.4 gigahertz. It will not work on a 5 gigahertz. So every router, either it's a very basic router that will give a 2.4, or if it is a high-end router, it will give both the bandwidths, 2.4 as well as 4. In automation, we use 2.4, and the people staying at home who are using the regular mobile phones, they can use 5 gigahertz, and also 2.4 also. And the range you are speaking about, that completely depends on your gadget, what you are buying, a router, what you are buying. If it is a duplex house or a area of like around 3000 SFA building or apartment, then depending on that range, you can buy a router, multiple routers, and create access control, or maybe a mobile network boosters you can buy, or a Wi-Fi network boosters you can buy, and then use those.
Achha, next
For
question.
example, so for example, we have multiple units, like as you said, for entire house.
Okay.
From the beginning, sliding gate is there, openable, and our cash counter boxes are there, and bathroom sensors are there, our solar sensors are there, our geyser sensors are there. All these sensors will be worked in one Wi-Fi, or we have to have multiple Wi-Fi settings.
Single Wi-Fi can add hundreds of devices to it, not an issue. Because see, every time these devices are not downloading any data.
Okay.
They are just paired with the Wi-Fi. So even if they are not using your data, only they receive the data when you send a command. You say switch on AC, switch on TV, light, sending a KBs of data to the device to trigger the device. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, next is Gauri Bhatnagar. Please unmute question, please.
Hi, my question was, आपने बताया था कि जो वॉशरूम्स है वो हीट अप हो जाते हैं, जो सारे सिंस हैं, WCs हैं, वो क्या कैसे मतलब सारा प्रोसीजर है, क्या होता है उसमें?
Okay. Today's presentation, we were not speaking about the background or the scene stuff. Generally, people get confused listening to that stuff, what we do, how we do, and how things work. Because of that, we were speaking only about the customer or a user interface, what customer see and what customer have to do to use it. So when we say warm up washroom, it's only available with a mobile control through a switching, or through a command where we give say when we wake up in the morning and say good morning, it will switch on, understanding that you will use a washroom, so it will understanding that it will switch on the. So now if I speak about how we do and what we do is just we place a warmer, like you get a hot blow air or maybe a pelt, a device. So using those devices, we put it on a tile or a commode WC which gets warm because of that particular device. That is being triggered by a command and a device in between. That devices which warm, like a say hot guns, that gets warm up, gets triggered with a device. It's like a smart switch. I have been speaking about that. This is the heart of the automation. So using that switch, we will connect it, and when we give a command, and we will name the particular device as a washroom warmer, and then we say to our speaker, switch on washroom warmer. So it will trigger that particular device, and that device will in turn trigger to that particular to switch it on. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Next, Amitji, you can unmute and ask a question, please.
Yeah, Vishal, you were talking about, like a person living their office, and once he's in range of half an hour from his house, his AC gets activated. It starts. So by the time you reach home, your bedroom is very cold. Chill. How does that? Is it just GPS what it detects, or how do you monitor?
There are if you want to get it detected through a range like half kilometer, 1 kilometer, or 2 kilometers. There are many things, like by the time you suppose you start from office, and we can add many scenes in between. Suppose you start from home and you feel like after going home I should have rice cooker should be like already my rice should be cooked, so you put a raw rice in your rice cooker and keep it ready. By as you start from office, you just press a button on. By the time you go, fresh rice is cooked. On the way you feel like, okay, I should have a shower as soon as I go home, so you press a button on your mobile to switch on geyser, so that by the time you go it's already warm. And all of a sudden you feel like having a coffee. Once you reach home, you press a button, your coffee machine start. Similarly, we will add one more stuff is a GPS. So as soon as you reach before you reach your home, say 5 minutes before or a half kilometer before, as soon as you step in, through a GPS map location, it will trigger, it will know that you are reaching home or you are driving to, okay, so it will trigger the AC. So by the time you reach, it's already chilled. As soon as you take your car to the door, entrance of the building, it will open the slide door, and UHF reader knows that you are already inside the building. It will bring down the lift. By the time you park your car and go to lift, your car will get locked automatically. You go in lift and you reach door, it will unlock the door. You go inside, it will lock the door back. As you are inside the door home, it will switch on lights and fans, whatever is required according to your mood, whatever you pre-schedule it. Ready now, your rice is ready now, your geyser is already like warm now. This
Okay.
all can be
Got
automated.
it. Got it.
Yeah, Ms. Tanya Jain.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
audible. Please go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
मुझे पूछना है, आपने बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स के बारे में बताया है. कैन यू टेल मी द प्रोडक्ट्स जिनको कंस्ट्रक्शन के टाइम पे ही लगाना जरूरी है, या फिर सब एट द टाइम ऑफ इंटीरियर ही लगा सकते हैं हम? कौन से ऐसे स्पेसिफिक प्रोडक्ट्स हैं जो कंस्ट्रक्शन के टाइम पे लगाएंगे, मतलब उस टाइम पे कंसीडर करने हैं उस चीज ऑटोमेशन के लिए?
There is only one product that out of the box, like in the last slide, as we were speaking about technologies around the world, the curious things, which is generally used in very rare cases. Centralized vacuum cleaner, the one I have told you, and one or two products which generally falls under products which are very different, like we have seen in the last technologies which are very new and different. So these are very rare technologies which generally customer opt. If you remember very first slide where we were talking about, and even I have mentioned, like these are the products generally people opt for, or generally people use for a home automation during their renovation or during constructing their new house. So no product need any we need not need to be planned on any particular stage. This could be planned on any stage. Even a person staying right away into the home, using their home, can also be automated without disturbing their appliances, wiring. No need of doing rewiring, no need of damaging any kind of wire, any kind of light available, any old light which is like 1980s, or even wires which is already done, can also be automated without disturbing any of the lights, fans, wiring. So any point of time, any stage we can enter. But if people try to indulge these things during construction stage, we can ask them, we can add a few extra things to the same. Suppose they want it also to be a manual switch. Suppose I told about washroom management, where a micro sensor is placed as to the washroom, it will switch on the light. Sometimes they feel like it has to be manually operated as well. So during that time, we need few extra wires to be placed in the switchboard, which is in construction, or even that can be done at a later stage. But maybe like a few inches of wire will be visible out of ceiling. That's it.
I think almost questions are, I believe. Yuvika Padar, I think you raised a hand, I believe. Please unmute, please. Ask the question, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I have a question that does installing smart gadgets in a home an electricity bill?
No, it's a reverse way. In fact, it helps in decreasing the bill. As we know, electronic gadgets, smart bill not only help you, not only make it a convenient for you for a usage, like sitting any place, anywhere you can switch on and off. Plus, not only make it effortless, instead of getting up or just going here and there and opening the door, save the power. How? Whenever we go to washroom, someone goes to washroom, it will like they have to switch on light, and then when they come out, they generally people tend to forget to switch off the light. Or we can take AC or a geyser. Whenever we try to switch on AC, and then again we switch on geyser, and then we forgot to switch it off. So I am pre-scheduling it. And then I have also spoken about AC management. Like instead of AC running full night, it will run only for, instead of running 8 hours, it will run only. So this is how we are saving the power. So it will help in saving the power.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, is it safe to install when we are out of town?
It's safe, and in fact more reliable and much safer than your traditional way. Suppose I tell you an example. You just your home with a traditional lock. You have locked your home and kept your keys in your purse or your pocket. And we've taken another example. We have locked a smart gadget. Okay. Now, how frequently is that in a day? You start from home to office or somewhere, and then you come back to home after 5 or 6 hours. How frequently or how many times you would have checked the traditional key which is placed in your pocket or a purse, whether it's there or not? And how frequently your mobile phone, whether it's there or not, or how frequently you use a mobile phone? So like keys, I will say not even one time. You will check whether the keys is safely kept or not. But mobile phone, yes, everyone keeps on using for receiving a call, sending messages, or browsing every 5-10 minutes. So it's safer. Like we know our mobile does, and no one can get into our home without our mobile phone. And our mobile phone is also a secured lock with our face or finger, so no one can get into application as well. And but if you lose keys, right, like you lock the door and then you, while coming out only, you have dropped it. If maybe a person who is standing next, he will get to know and he can unlock the door, but you will not. You come back to your home. But with a mobile application, you know that mobile is with you, and plus you can also, as I told you, you can also lock your home virtually. So as soon as you lock your home physically, there is an option called virtual lock in your mobile application. You lock your home virtually, and in case it, even though if they are not a thief is not entering to home with through or a window or through any other mean, it can detect a intrusion, that a window has been opened or a door has been opened, or even it can also know motion sensor that some motion has been activated inside your home, and by that motion it can trigger a intrusion, and intrusion will trigger a message to your mobile saying that someone is at home. So that is, using home automation is that safe. Hope I have answered it.
Yeah.
Sir, sometimes it happened that we lost our phone. Condition, how can we open the
suppose you
home?
have more number of few more number of people at your home, and there are many more options inside your phone. If you are good at technology, or even like just normal, just beyond a normal usage, if you make a use, you know that suppose you use a Google account, that whenever you like lost your phone, you can just log in with another browser or another people's phone, or your family or friends, or any office laptop or system, and say to a Google account that I have lost my phone, and please erase all my data and applications over my phone. Very thing, your phone is already logged with a face detection or a biometric, which is safer thousands of time, because biometric is something which is different. Biometric thumbprint is that unique that it 30,000 crores, when a person die and reborn for 1,000 crores of time, means a overall world population die and take a rebirth for 5 times overall world population, then in that case there are chances of getting a duplicate thumb like you for with a next person. So that is, your biometric is that safe. And very first thing, he will not be able to unlock the phone. He trying for a biometric 5-6 times, it will lock the phone for a password or a biometric. Second thing is, as soon as I told you that you reach to a phone, a common man generally reach to a mobile phone every 5 to 10 minutes to read some message or send some message or take a call. So as soon, within 5 to 10 minutes, you will identify you have lost your phone. So as soon as you identify, you will first go to an office or use someone else's mobile, logged in to your Gmail, that you can locate your phone where you have lost, whether it is in car you have left, or you have dropped somewhere and no one has picked up. So you can see over a GPS where you have dropped your phone, or whether your phone is still moving on a map, so that you can understand whether it is a theft or you have lost your phone yourself. So if it is on a location on a GPS, you can just go to that location and take your phone, so that you are saving your phone losing it. And if it is moving on a GPS also, you can go to particular GPS location and then try to catch hold that thief. Third thing, you can erase the data and applications over the network, over the server, using your password. So that a user cannot use your mobile phone to unlock the door.
Okay,
Plus,
sir.
you can also tell your family members that I have lost my phone. Case you get just keep on checking whether in case you get a notification of intrusion, whether someone is entering the home.
Okay.
But in case of keys, if you're losing, you will not know till the evening, like till 5-6 hours, unless you are coming back. So by that time, a thief may just steal and go back. So in this case of automation, you will know it.
Okay. Mr. Karan, I think.
Okay, she might be having a few more
Yeah.
questions. Let's discuss.
Sir,
issues.
can we change any gadget to smart gadget?
Yes. As I told you, even a gadget from 1980 to your Edison bulb, to your normal tube lights, to your LED, to CFL, to any of your fridge, TV, anything can be converted to a automated. Even you have a CRT monitor which works on a remote control, or a smart gadget, non-smart gadget. And many of the people keeps on complaining, like, I own a XYZ phone of 1 lakh rupee, and then someone owns a 10,000 rupee phone. But the person who is using 10,000 phone has to, they can use their appliances like TV and then AC, but a lakh rupee phone is not working there. But using this IR blaster can even convert any smartphone into a remote control of these appliances, and that too, it can work from anywhere in the world. No need of you being only in that particular house. Okay, so you have any more?
No, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Mr. Karan, you can unmute and ask the question.
I just ask that how complex is this system to install?
It's very easy. A layman can do this, but generally, even a layman can do it. But why preferring a automation person is, there is a gadget which is made and which is which is showing how to install it. But there is in the market which shows where to use it, how to use it, how to make a multiple use out of it. So when a automation person or a firm comes into the picture, they will help you understanding things, how we can make a multiple use of a single gadget. So as I told you, that there is a smart switch which is the heart of the automation, I would say. So like using that, you can like automate anything in your home, anything
Okay,
you come
earlier,
across.
okay.
So,
Earlier we were using that relay boards. These are not, we are not using that now.
come again?
Earlier we were using that relay boards.
Okay.
So you will not use it now?
No, relay boards is something, again, I would say a heart of a heart. As I told you, a smart switch. No gadget in a home automation is made without relay. No
Okay.
appliance at your home is made without a relay. No device made in your home without a relay. Relay is something which is very important to any electronic gadget or appliances to work or function. So relay is any product. So relay has to be used. Without relay, nothing can be done.
So do we require a particular room for this system, or just with the switches we can go on?
Sorry, which room you are talking about?
Like there was a control room kind of a thing. Do we use
Hub,
that?
maybe you are talking about a hub or a panel.
Yeah.
Those are very old age now,
Okay.
wherein like at a particular part of your room, maybe near MCB board, people used to place a control panel or a hub from where we used to like take Cat 5 or Cat 6
Right,
wires,
right.
spread across the home, and then that all has to be interlinked, and those all things has to be done to make it automated. So nothing is required nowadays. It's like plug and play. You place the device and you pair it, and it's all done. And then you just name it the device so that you can identify which device is which. You can start using the device.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Yeah. Any more questions, please? They can raise the hand. Okay. Yeah. Yogesh, I think you can take over now. I think we are done for it. Thank you, Vishalji, for a wonderful
Thank you
presentation.
to everyone. I will thanks all the audience to being indulged into this for such a long time, and asking so many good and interesting questions, which will increase knowledge about their fellow people as well around. And let's see, next probably session we will also come up with few more topics if someone is interested in particular topic.
There is one more question from Seema ji, I guess, on in the chat box.
Okay.
Yeah, Simaji, I think you can ask.
Maybe she's has to unmute.
Snehal Patel. Please unmute and ask a question.
Yeah, hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's audible, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know about the costing bit, as in, so typically say it's like, say, a 3 BHK house, for example, and we want it fully automated in terms of the security systems and your systems. Typically, what is the percentage of cost increase, A, part, and B, do these automation gadgets that we have, do they require regular maintenance?
Okay, so it's an interesting question, and it will also help people understanding a few more insights about it. For the part of prices, say for a 3 BHK, roughly it will go around 70,000 to a lakh rupee in between, and use into 7,000 to a lakh in between, it will automate a 3 BHK more or less around 80 to 90% of the stuff things which is generally required and by a general people who generally opt for automation. So within 70 to 80,000, 1 lakh rupee, we can automate video phone, and then door lock, and then few switches for automating few lights and fans at living area, bedrooms, and then washrooms, 3 washrooms which can switch on and off lights and perfume part. And then we can also use few automation at balcony area to switch on few lights at particular time, and then more lights when someone walks balcony area, and a few more stuff gadgets which can be used at home. This like your IR blasters for bedrooms and living area for automating your AC, TV, set-top box, and then washroom geysers and all can be automated. So in and around 70,000 to 1 lakh rupee, most of these stuffs can be into your home of a 3 BHK size.
And what about the maintenance cost?
Maintenance part. Yes, maintenance part, as when we come to maintenance part, these gadgets are more works on a very low voltage, like say 5 volt or a 12 volt, 12 volts. So I will ask you a question, in fact, everyone, like, when is time that your mobile phone charger adapter, using which you charge your mobile phone, has got like burnt or stopped working?
It has a longevity.
Mostly it goes like years and
Absolutely.
years, even like 4, 5 years, 10 years also, it will not damage. It may damage the wire cable, but not the adapter.
Right.
So, it's not getting damaged is because it gives output of only 5 or 12 volts. So the input intake, what it takes is generally is for the Indian standard, it takes 20 volts. But some, in very rare case, when a particular house voltage gets fluctuated, and because of some transformer nearby or a pole gettage, maybe because of a heavy rainfall or something, it goes like your 220 volts becomes 100, or maybe your 220 becomes 300 or 350. During that, your most of the appliances like TV, fridge, or maybe a high volt thing will get damaged because of a fluctuation. To save that, our TV, fridge, we generally put a stabilizer near our AC and then fridge. Why we do that? To safeguard because of fluctuations. But a smart gadget, as it works on a very low voltage like 5 and 12 volts, just like your mobile adapter, which needs very minimum. Because of that, when your power fluctuation goes below 220 also, it can sustain because it needs only 5 or 12 volts to be outputted. Or even in case going beyond that 220, because this gadget is made, a driver is made to convert a high voltage into lower. Its specialty is that, so it can even sustain a higher voltage fluctuation, and it will not get damaged itself. So whenever your home automation is in case it gets damaged, Though in that case as well, it get damaged to any of the home automation part, it will not take much, it will not need to shell out much of the amount. Hardly it will be like, I would say, a few $100, like 500 or $1,000, it can replace your, or it can restore to your regular functioning again back.
So Vishal, there
Ram
was another
Babuji, I
question.
think Seema, just a second. Ram Babuji, it's 540. Just check it out.
Okay.
Ram Babuji.
Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, sir. It's 540.
Okay. Last we'll take one or two questions.
I had one more question, if I can come on board.
Please.
Yeah. Okay. So currently, majorly, what you really emphasized on is, automation in terms of automatic switching on of the AC, or say a geyser or XYZ electrical products, which is more like, a luxury kick on that we are providing. So now if we come to some hardcore issues wherein automation can really help, what I'm really thinking in terms of security from the point of view, a lot of times when you leave the kids alone at home, there are elderly people at home, or say, when you're operating from your kitchen basically. So are there certain automations available in the Indian market as of the current scenario, which can make, which can provide a value add in these areas? A, security; B, functioning of the kitchen.
Functioning of the kitchen in terms?
I am really not able to think. For instance, that fridge thing is something that you spoke about. So I'm not about that, when your groceries are getting ordered on their own and all of that. For that, we already have, say, something like Alexa, or there are things available, but there's something else more in terms of security. A gas leakage, for example, something on those lines, which make the living more secure, rather than giving me that X factor कि मैं बाहर हूँ और मैंने अपना geyser on कर दिया है. I'm coming from the airport and I've been able to cool my room to a certain temperature.
Okay. I have already spoken about this. I'll just again rephrase it. Suppose as you're talking about kids and also elderly people at home.
Right.
Suppose there are kids, we can use a smart camera on the common areas, not in the bedrooms, on the common areas.
Or maybe available in the market as of today, right?
So using that, and even we can use it in kids' bedroom.
Okay.
Plus, we can also, as I told you, we have IR blasters, which will convert your TV and a setup box into a smart remote into a mobile control. So we can also see on our smart mobile whether TV is switch on, which channel is being played over a mobile, and we can also restrict particular channels, and we can also restrict TV should work only during this hour, so that they are not missing their status. So this is where we can use the technology for kids. And then coming to the elders, as I told you, even another question from another member, why can't we install? When we say about a automation firm, we come up with ideas. We recently did a project wherein a person is having a elderly person at home. So their problem, they asked for the solution, and this is how we go. A elderly person generally gets up during midnight without informing to a assistant who is sleeping in the next room or on the other side of the bed. So without informing, he'll just get up and go to washroom, and there is a chances of getting he may fall down. So we have automated his bed with a sensor which is placed under the bed. So as soon as the person get down out of the bed, immediately a sensor sends and switch on ample of light below the bed level, so that if the floor is visible, or if they want, even the light which is placed on the ceiling, so that a person sitting on will get to know. Plus a motion sensor will also activate a buzzer, a small buzzer, so that a person sleeping next to him will get alerted that he has got out of the sleep. Third thing, it will also switch on the bathroom light immediately, so that floor is visible. And by the time he goes to washroom, it will also trigger a motion sensor light in the washroom. For the time he is inside the washroom, it will keep on switching, triggering the light, so that there is a light already available in washroom. And again, when he come out of the washroom, again it will trigger a better lower light, so that it's visible for him. And by the time he go to bed, after few minutes, switch off all those lights which is switched on in the room. So this is how help to a elderly people. Plus, elderly people can also have a SOS buttons so that it can call for an assistant any point of time. And then we can also put some intrusion kind of deductions or a smart camera. As I told you, spoken about a camera, someone falls down in the garden and then immediately it will alert family member. So we can place those kind of cameras. If we fell down in washroom or living area or bedroom, if no one is at home, they can also alert the particular person. Plus, these intrusions and this all devices can be used. Now coming to a key, we can use always a smoke detector or LPG gas leakage detectors. As soon as it detects, it will immediately trigger the exhaust fan so that smoke is thrown out. And then there are also a smart MCBs available. If you know about MCBs, like it triggers the whenever it feels like short circuit, gets it short circuit, it will trigger the MCB so that will not be further damage. Similar way, we can use a smoke detector and a fire detector. Whenever it detects a ample of smoke or fire, it will trigger the MCB complete. It will switch off the home electricity to lessen the further damage to home. Plus, it can also trigger a message to a mobile notification. And it can also cut down your LPG supply. Like if there is a fire leakage in your LPG, it can also trigger a solenoid which is placed on near the cylinder, or maybe we can have a gas line in the cellar to the apartment, and it will trigger immediately and it will cut down the LPG gas at your particular apartment level.
Okay. I think the session is going long. Any more?
I will tell anyone having any question in mind, even they don't feel shy about it. Let it be any small question or any vague question.
Yeah, I think we should. This is one of the longest sessions we have ever had, Ram Babuji. Session has gone till 5:54, and there are a lot of people yet. That means a lot of people liked it. So, how many of you liked the whole session, sir? Can I have a thumbs up? Great. So you can be also coming up with their presentation. So those who have joined the first time, they must be understanding the concept of Club NPC. Club NPC is more about information, more about sharing knowledge. It's like with the way how Vishalji educated us. We got an education, and we also did a little kind of information sharing and kind of knowledge sharing. So that is what the whole idea of the club is. So if you feel you are expert of your field, you can also come forward and give a presentation on something of your liking. That's how we divide a team. There are 3-4 people in the group, and we'll make a presentation together. So anybody interested to give any kind of further presentations? Is anybody interested in the forum right now? Who think they want to present something? Ashish Cherry ji. We have some new faces today. Ram Babuji? We have Ashish Cherry. Ashish, can you unmute yourself? We have Nikhil Agarwal. Can you unmute yourself? Nidhi's iPhone.
Yeah, hi guys.
Hi Nikhil, how are you?
All good.
From which zone you are connecting, sir?
I'm from Hyderabad. Actually, Vishal Goel is my brother, so I got to know that he's conducting a session. I was very eager to join the session and listen to it actually.
Great. So you are from our field, or is it like from other field you are, sir?
No, I am IT guy. Sorry, a finance guy. I'm working in Deloitte currently.
So, okay. So now that means we are having cross bondings also. Great to have you here, sir. Did you like?
Hi, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi Nidhi.
Hi.
Yeah. Did you like the concept for the day?
I loved it and I got so much information.
Great. So you are from which zone, Nidhi?
I'm from Central Zone. I belong to Chhattisgarh.
Okay, so you are right now connected in East Zone?
Yes, East Zone.
Okay, and would you like to be more interested in taking parts in the presentations or team foundation? Can we vouch?
Sir, actually, I don't think I have anything to present. I'm in learning stage. I feel so, and
I believe
practicing
I'll take it this way. In our industry which we are currently having, in this industry, and who you are, the better technology you have, the better
Yes.
understanding and better like the kind of knowledge you are having currently of the current industry is more than
Ji.
us. So you can also be a part of it. No need for the presentation. We need volunteers for a lot of activities. For example, we need social media activists, we need coordinators for a lot of other activities. If you want to be a part of the team, the planning.
Yes, sir. I would love to, but I'm not aware what is NPC. I'm first time I have came around like these
Okay.
things.
Are you
So
there in
first
the,
I will watch, or if you can give
are you
information,
there?
I will.
Are you there in East India zone, East and Central zone?
Yes, I am in the East Zone
Okay. Have you
group.
introduced yourself there?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Sir, I'll get connected to her and I'll try
Great,
to
Abhilasha.
include her.
Okay,
Abhilasha,
okay.
you had,
Ma'am, if you will give me information, I will surely participate. I don't have any knowledge. That's why I'm saying ki
No,
I
no,
need
it's
some
absolutely
I'll
time.
fine,
connect
Nidhi ma'am.
personally and I'll try to explain you.
Okay.
Great.
It will be very helpful.
We are having somebody called Ajit Sharma. Can we open up the mic, sir? Ajit ji. Nidhi ji, thank you. Thanks for the participation for the day. Ajit ji. Ajit ji. Yeah, Sitaraman. Yeah, sir, you can say. Sir, you can unmute yourself. Why Sitaram? You can unmute yourself, sir. Yuvika Poddar ji. You can unmute yourself. Yuvika ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Did you
Good
like did you like today's
afternoon, sir.
presentation?
Yes, sir, it was really, yes, sir, it was really wonderful and knowledge giving.
Okay, and you are from which zone, ma'am? Ma'am, you are from which zone? Hello.
Sir, we have interview. I am from Punjab zone.
Okay,
Hello.
you are from Haryana, Punjab zone. And would you like to be
Yes,
presenter sometime?
Sir, I'm still a student.
It doesn't
If
matter. It doesn't matter. You can
if
be
there,
one of the presenters. You can be a part of the presentation team. You can make the teaser. You can make the posters. You can be social media. You can do a lot of activity in NPC. So don't feel that I cannot be a presenter. The kind of team you comes into play, that you share the ideas with the presenter. You be a part of that team. So you help them, and then ultimately, sometime you'd learn from there. That's what the whole idea is. Am I audible?
yes, sir. Sir,
Do
that
you-
will be so nice. I'll definitely try.
Great. So Karan will be our zone leader from Haryana, Punjab. You can connect with him, right? Thank you, Yuvika. Nice, it was nice connecting with you
Sure,
today.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Snehal
Sir,
ma'am.
I think
Yeah. Snehal ma'am. Ram Babuji, I think we
Sir.
should close down the meeting for the day.
Yes,
It's
sir.
It's getting
Yes, sir.
out of the track. So I'm just saying goodbye to everybody. And one by one, I'm removing everybody. If anybody has any doubt, they can ask me or raise your hand. Before I just, one by one, I'm just leaving everybody out of the
Yeah.
room.
Thank you, Vishal, once again.
Tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Vishal, you be here. Ram Babuji, you be here.
Thank
Sakshi thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gaurav ji. I hope you like the show.